Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits, or Strange Conceits. And the topic for today, our meditation, is the robot army. Now I do these and I call them meditation. I'm calling these talks a meditation because there are many ways to look at meditation, but one of the classical meanings of meditation is to take one single idea and let it reveal itself to you. You just stay with that idea. You don't force it. You don't imply anything. You don't make it conform to any belief or anything. You don't make it fit. You just let it blossom like a flower. You just watch it. You just stay with it. You let it unfold. So we're going to stay with this idea of the robot army because that's what I started writing about this morning. That idea came up this morning. Been writing about it. And it's got several aspects to it. There's the political and the religious and personal. We all see these pictures of the factories with the robots. Oh no, the workers are going. At Walmart, they've got the self-checkout. There's no more clerk. So forth. So the robots are coming. The robots are coming. So we're looking at this metaphorically now. There's robots, and then there's robots. So the robots in politics and religion, when you take Protestant churches, I used to go to the Presbyterian church here when my mother went, and they would always repeat the Nicene Creed. And they would just, wah, 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 wah. And it's kind of like your membership dues. In other words, your affirmation of your membership. You don't question it. Nobody picks it apart and says, wait a minute, the Trinity, the God, what is it? You just repeat it. Wah, 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 wah. And then I remember Newt Gingrich. When Bill Clinton was president, Newt was the head of the House, and he militarized the Congress. Cable news was coming in then, Fox News was in, and it was like daily news. And he militarized it by sending out talking points to all the congressmen, Republicans. And whenever the camera was there, they would repeat the talking points. So it gave the viewer the idea, well, it must be true because everybody's saying it. It must be true. I don't question that. Everybody's saying it. Must be true, you see. And so that was the militarization of a Congress. The Democrats didn't do it very well. So it became like a Red Army. The British Empire conquered the world just as Alexander conquered the world because of the regimentation of his army. They all walked in lockstep. The redcoats marked in, the barbarians, the tribal people were the brave hearts, blah, 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 running, but the British had, boom, 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 fire, load, boom, boom. One falls, nobody breaks. Two fall, nobody breaks. Marching, boom, boom. Robots. And the tribal people were just mowed down. They were like a musket machine gun. The British redcoats, I hope I'm not digressing, but you'd have a line of single-shot musket, so you'd have 4 deep. So one front line would fire, they would step back, another one would step forward, fire, they would step back and load, another would step forward, fire, another would step back and boom, boom. So it was like a single-shot machine gun. Anyway, the point is that a robot is programmed. A robot does not ask questions about the program. It just blindly does what the program says, very efficiently. And if one of the robot falls, it doesn't care. In other words, just a robot. So there's a certain liberation by being a robot. There's a certain security about being a robot because you don't have to question. You don't have to doubt. What am I doing? Who am I? I don't have to ask who I am. This is a fundamental human question. Who am I? What is the truth here? What am I doing? What is this moment? That makes us human. That's the fundamental fire of humanity that brings us close to God. Who am I, you see? The robot doesn't do that. Because there's fear in that. There's fear of being wrong, fear of being alone. Fear of being alone in the universe. Oh my God. So zebras, fish, all travel in schools, herds. If one zebra steps out of the herd, the lion will get him. If one fish steps out of the school, the shark or the predator will get him, you see. So this is kind of like inbred into animal life, is that you are safe from the predator if you're in a herd, a school, a flock. The hawk can't get the bird unless he can select it from the flock, but the flock moves as one. I forgot the name of it, but the beautiful sparrows when they're moving as a flock in the sky through the joy, but they're all moving, or fish moving as a school. It's like a living organism, or ants in your backyard. So they all move as one. So so that's robotic in the sense. And there's safety. From what? Well, from death. The lion, the shark, the hawk, you see, death. So what about us? You see, what is death to us, you see? Well, in Zen, there's this, it's questioned. By the way, Zen is a question. I say Zen fits and everything. Let's say it's a question fits. Zen questions Zen. Zen questions Buddhism. Zen questions Zen, you see. That's what the Prajnaparamita Sutra is that I chant and what Zen chants every day. Look it up. But it basically pulls the rug out from underneath Buddhism. It questions Buddhism. So if you're in the Catholic Church reciting the Nicene Creed, have you ever questioned it? You ever look into it? You see. If we're in a political church, which is what's happened now, politics has been turned into a militarized religion, especially on the right, and people speak in talking points, just like Newt told them to. But now the talking points are not coming from the Speaker of the House in emails to the congressman. It's coming on social media to the troops. If you belong to the Red Army, you get your talking points in the media. If Trump implies that, that Harris, that birthright, you should question her birthright. Is she eligible to be the president? Oh, I don't know, but you ought to look into it. You ought to question that. Could be, People are saying that she's not really black. People are saying that she's not really a citizen, that she can't be president. I don't know. People are saying. So right away on social media, boom, the talking points. It's the whole time. They're sharing the news. Well, Kamala Harris may not be eligible to be the vice president. Where'd you? Everybody's saying it. Must be true. See, the talking points, lockstep. Boom, boom, boom. And the liberals scatter. Oh my God. Blah, blah. So it's all about the redcoats, the robotic army, fighting Braveheart, fighting the tribes, the black hordes, the black tribes, you see. It's just like in Africa, South Africa. The redcoats marching against the Zulus. Or the British marching against the Scots. Remember the movie Braveheart? You have the British redcoats, and you got all these Scotsmen giving them the moon, and brave, but defeated. So, look at it metaphorically like that, so this robotic. So, am I a robot? Do I question what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I write on Facebook? All the time. You have to be an open question. It's a revolution. It's like look at Castro. So he questioned Batista. He questioned the slavery his country was held in to the to the corporations. And so he questioned it. And he created a revolution. And he was always talking about keeping the revolution going. And even with Lenin, Marx questioned the economic structure of the West. And so Lenin and the Bolsheviks had a revolution. And they were always talking about keeping the revolution going. Castro's talking about keeping the revolution going. But the revolution was dead because the question stopped. You have to question the revolution. But once you have the revolution, you stop questioning the revolution. And it's dead. Now it becomes the redcoat robotic marching army, you see. So once you stop questioning, you become a robot. And you belong to some flock, so the hawk won't get you. Or the herd, so the lion won't get you, you see. And then, what does the herd do? Well, it names the lion. Oh, the lion, the liberals. Oh, the communists will get you. Or ISIS will get you. Or the sex predator will get you. Oh my God, you see. Build your wall. Man your guns. The predator is coming. But what's coming? The question is coming. The question is coming. What the fuck am I doing? Thanks for dropping in.